Hello guys, so today we are going to solve this book allocation problem, which is quite complex and has been asked by big MNCs and big companies. As you can see, Google has also asked this question in their interview. So let's not just make it difficult to understand. Firstly, we will read the statement what we have been given. We have been given an array of integer. Array of I represents the number of pages in the ith book. That means we have been given an array of books in which the ith book represents the number of pages in each book. Okay, there are m number of students, alright, and the task is to allocate all the books to the students. We have to allocate all the books to the students. What are the conditions? Each student should get at least one book, alright. Each book should be allocated to one student. Okay, book allocation should be in contiguous manner. Alright, that means we cannot randomly choose the book and can allocate it to any of the student. We have to do it in a contiguous manner only. And if it is not possible, return -1. First we will see the constraints. Constraints is 2, that means there will be at least 2 books and there will be at least one student available, and the array of I will go from 1 to 10 to the power 9. Alright, moving on, let's just get into one sample input. What it says, yeah, here it says let's suppose input n is equal to 4. That means we have 4 books and m is equal to 2. So here are 4 books and each book have 12 pages, 34 pages, 61, 7 and 90 pages. Alright, what we have to return, you have to allocate the books to m students such that the maximum number of pages assigned to a student is minimum. That means the maximum number of pages that could be assigned to a student should be minimum. Alright, so what does it say? It says input n is equal to 4, m is equal to 2. Explanation: all possible ways to allocate the 4 books to 2 students are either I can give 1 book to a student 1 and other 3 books to student 2, or 2 books to student 1, 2 books to student 2, or 3 books to student 1 and 1 book to student 2. So let's just see the explanation. We have put a barrier after the 12. It says the sum of all the pages of books allocated to student 1 is 12. Number of pages allocated to student 1 is 12 and student 2 has got 191 pages. So the maximum is 191. Alright, in the second case 2 books are allocated, so the sum is 46 and 157 and the maximum is 157. Now 3 books are allocated and 1 book is allocated to second student, so maximum is 113. What is the minimum of 113, 157 and 191? That we have to return. So our answer will be 113. So the maximum number of books, maximum of pages that could be given to a student to get that could be allocated to students is 113. That means if he will get 113, the other one will get 90. So it will be closed to each other. That means the other language to support this statement is the difference between the number of pages given to 2 students must be minimum. You see here, what is the difference between 113 and 90? It's 23. What's the difference here? It's almost, I guess, 111. It's 111 and here it is 179. So you can, the other language to ask this type of questions in the interview is that the difference between them should be minimum. So how we are going to use binary search in this? So here you can see our answer is 113, which lies between, if I do the total sum, what will be the total sum of the books? It will be 119 plus 12, 203. So our answer lies between 0 to 203. So in the previous only, when we were finding out the square root of any number, we have seen whatever the number we have assigned, we can put it on a number line and can find its square root on that number line. So here also what the strategy is gonna be same. We will find out the sum of all the pages we have been given and we'll find the answer in between the number line. Alright, that's quite simple. And what we are gonna do is that we will let's first do it. I'll explain the sorting part later on, but let's just start. What I have to do is my answer will lie between 0 to the sum. So let's say int s is equal to 0, and I have to for loop int I is equal to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. I have to declare another variable, sorry, int answer is int sum is equal to 0 and sum plus equal to array of I. This will give me the sum of total number of pages, and that I will allocate to my int e is equal to sum. Alright, and we have been given that if the allocation is not possible, we have to return -1. So I'll just initiate my answer is equal to -1, and then we will apply binary search. So if is possible, that's a variable that we are gonna declare later on. I'll explain. If this condition is true, if the condition is true, that means if it is possible that we can allocate the number of pages we have been given to exactly the number of students we have been provided with, then what we will do, we will just say that okay, if the mid value can be allocated to the number of students, then it is possible the numbers greater than mid value can be allocated to all the students. So what we will do, we will just get our end to mid -1, so that we can search in is we can find out the minimum. Alright, we have been given in the question that we have to the minimum of maximum number of pages that can be allocated, or we can say the difference between them should be minimum. So what we will do is, if that is possible, we will just store our answer this is equal to mid, and we'll just update it. And if it is false, what we'll do, we'll just find out in the other side of our number line. So we'll just say s is equal to mid plus 1, and after coming out, I'll just say return -1, sorry, return answer. It's easy. Now we have to create the is function. So let's say it's a bool value, bool is possible. I'll just copy it, and the mid value that I have find out. So here comes the part whether if it is possible that the middle value that we will be finding out through this process is a possible answer or not. So what we have to do for that is we have to find out that the student number of students we have been given, then are they given the equal number of pages or not. So let's say, as the constraint says, there should be minimum one student. So just start our student count to student count is equal to 1, and then we have to count the pages also. So in page count is equal to 0. So the for loop will run, and I'll just count the number of pages. If the condition says if the page count plus student plus array of I, that means the page count beginning with 0 plus array of I is, if the page count is greater than, if it is greater than mid value, if it came out to be the mid value, then I have to assign it to the other student. All right, I can assign only the middle value till the middle value only to a single person. That's what my work is to. So what I'll do, if it's true, only if it's true, only if it's true that it will be less than, it should be less than mid, then I'll just update my page count equal to array of I. Else, what the else part is, now here it said that till the mid value I have assigned the number of pages to a single student. Now what I have to do, I have to assign it to the other students. I'll just say student count plus plus, and if my student count exceeds the number of students I have been given, or what could be the condition, that the next book that I'll be assigning, if it is greater than mid value, then it is obvious that I can't assign it to another student. So that will be the other condition. If array of I greater than mid, then what I have to do, I'll just return false, that it's not possible, then this mid value is not a answer. And if condition is false, what I'll do, I'll just say that update my page count array of I and just move on. And if this whole condition betrays, what I'll do is just return true, that means it's possible. So one mistake that mostly people do, I'll just tell you, if I'll run, there will be one case that will not be working. See, third case, what's that case? It's the case where we've got the number of books less than the number of students. If the number of books are less than number of students, then there might be a case, then there will be a student who will not be getting any book or 0 pages, which is not possible, because here is a condition, each student gets at least one book. So what we'll do, we'll just assign another condition here. I'll just say if n is less than m, what I'll say is return -1. Quite simple, nothing else I have to do. And now I'll just try to run this code. All the cases are correct, and I'll just submit my code. And it worked. Thank you guys for watching.